By Jorin's bumhole, it's me, Bimblin Bloodaxe of the Lonely Mountain. Join me here in my Lord of the Rings online playthrough as I help the Free Peoples banish the shadows of Angmar from Eriador. Alright, let's get down to some Combe adventures. So first up, we've got Gale Catchpole.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I'm sorry, my mind is miles away. I didn't see you there. Did you help fight off the brigands? My dad did. He... Gale chokes back a sob. During the Black Wolves' raid on our kit, somebody broke into our house and stole many of our things. I don't care about most of them, but they took my dad's favourite fishing pole. I don't care if I get anything else back, but he wouldn't have wanted some filthy brigand to have it. Now that I've moved here to Combe, I've been meaning to ask Constable Wren if she could track down that fishing pole for me. Could you ask her if she has any idea where it might have been taken? She'll be at the guardhouse on the hill east of Combe. We'll do that for you, Gale. For your dear old dad. Right, is there anybody else here? Who needs... Yes, Maida Woodwright.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Pardon me? Do you think I could take up some of your time? I haven't had any word of me son Covell since this brigand nonsense began, and I'm mighty scared that he got caught up in some trouble. We lived in Arkit until recently, but we had an argument. I'm sure you know how boys are, and Covell left all in a huff. He said he would make his own way down in Combe, and that's the last I heard of him. Now I've come to Combe, I hear he's gone east. If you don't mind, could you talk to Constable Wren for me? She watches the road east out of Combe, and maybe she's seen Covell pass. You know he's joined the brigands, don't you, Maida? It's bad to the bone. Right, any of these? No. Burl Beeman.
Stay a moment.
It's like a movie actor, doesn't he? Like Burl Ives. Burl Beeman, starring Burl Beeman. Lotro, starring Burl Beeman. Anyway, now that the people of Arkit have stood up against the Blackwalled villains and we've gotten them on the run here, the tides are turning. Things are returning to normal, and I say it's time I did my part. I used to send honey down to Staddle in trade for pipeweed, a business I'm ready to pick up again. My old trading partner, a hobbit by the name of Lollo Wendingway, used to peddle wares on the road here between here and Staddle, to the south. When the Blackwolds came, I'll wager he holed up down there. If you happen to be in Staddle and see Lollo, please let him know that I would like to renew our partnership. We'll do that. Okay. Oh, one thing I did while I was off camera, I used the milestone in Bree, which is right outside the Prancing Pony. So it's I'm no longer bound to Hobbiton, I'm bound to Bree, just to let you know. We'll go in the Combe and Wattle Inn to visit our mysterious stranger later. We'll just pick up all these first. Constable Sageford. Blackwood Valuables.
Might I take a moment of your time?
After the initial raids, when folk began fleeing for villages like Arkit and Staddle, the Blackwolves found they could no longer rely upon raids to support themselves. They seized old Bowman's farm and began tilling the soil, though badly and without care for the land. The brigands at the farm must be under the supervision of some Blackwolds leader, else they would fall to laziness. If you can confront the Blackwolds leader at the farm, you might be able to recover some of the valuables they have stolen. Old Bowman's farm is deep in the Chetwood, at the east end of the eastward path. I would appreciate it if you could at least try. There are many folk who would benefit from the recovery of this treasure. Treasure, is it? We're interested. The Blackwall brigands are on the run, no question about it. They're trying to regroup at camps throughout the Chetwood, but they suffered a real defeat at Arkit. The brigands fled their old encampment up by Arket, carrying a large lockbox, which they brought to one of their smaller camps in the Chetwood, northeast of Combe. If we can get our hands on that lockbox, its contents could be used to help those who lost property to the Blackwolds. There are a number of watchfires along the road, so you'll need to find the right one. We'll do that. And... no. Ah, Ted. Ted's got a quest for us.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Me old dad was a robber some years back and got his hands on a good deal of riches, as I hear it. Constable caught him, but afore he was hanged, me dad told me where he buried his loot. I never needed it afore now, so I was content to let it stay buried, but I figure it's time to get my hands on wealth enough to keep you warm and shod, as me dear old dad called it. Can you take this pickaxe and dig the treasure up? Just take the road east from Combe to Constable Wren's post up by the guardhouse. Climb over the hill on the right and walk down to the riverbank, where a hanging tree grows. It'll have an X carved into it. You'll be helping me make a new start of things, and you'll have me everlasting thanks. Okie dokie, Ted. Right, in fact, we will go and pick the mysterious stranger quest up. That's in here. Here we go. Elizabeth Honeymead. An urgent summons.
Greetings, friend.
Oh my, look here, a real life hero. It's not often we get such respectable folk through here. My, how my tongue runs on. Torridon told me to send you upstairs to his room as soon as you arrived. The stairs are across the room there, and Torridon's is the door at the end of the hall. He said you shouldn't delay none. Okie dokie, Elizabeth. Ruffians, eh? Right, up here, and... well, looks like we can only go one way. Somebody coming down the stairs. We must be on the right track. And there he is, Torridon.
Greetings.
The hero of Archet, I suppose. I'm pleased to finally meet you. I'm sorry for the cryptic summons, but I dared not betray my whereabouts to just anyone. There is much we need to discuss. Will you hear me?
Might I take a moment of your time?
Thank you for your aid, Bimblin. My kindred and I were driven from the bounds of the Shire by the Nazgul of Mordor. They pursued us eastward and slew many of us. It was my goal to join Amdir, but I've heard rumour of his fate in Archet. They say he was stabbed with a Morgul knife and led off by some evil men, the ones who lent the Blackwolds aid. There are few left now with the power over such wounds, and those that I know of dwell some distance from here. We must find Amdir, and quickly, if we are to save him. He is likely being held by the Blackwolds somewhere in the Chetwood. We must find a way to enter their lair and free him, but first we must find them. Speak with Constable Underhill, he may be of help. You can usually find him outside near the Combe and Wattle. Once you have learned of the Blackwolds' lair and believe you can gain entry, return to me. Hurry before it is too late. Right, we're going to speak to Constable Underhill. I think we ran past him on the way in. Right, downstairs. Out the door. Past the chickens. Right, Constable Underhill was this way, I think. He's up here. There he is. Torridon sent you, did he? It's good to have the hero of Archet on our side. The Hobbit lowers his voice. There's still a Blackwold agent in town. We think he's trying to rebuild the band from among the local ruffians and bullies. We need proof though. A letter or parchment would do, if it came from the agent himself. Many of the brigands hold up in the Chetwood. Follow the road east until you come to the guardhouse where Constable Wren is stationed. From there head north and look for the brigands' watchfires scattered through the woods. Search their packs for signs of their summons. Let me know right away if you find anything. We need to know what they're up to. Right, old Constable. got plenty of quests to be getting on with. First of all, we'll get rid of a few quests, because I did pick up the crafting quests. So we'll just finish them off. I won't go through them in any detail. They're the same crafted prologue crafting quests that you get for any starting area. So it's just meeting the Master or Mistress of Apprentices again. I can change my professions if I want, but we've got the builders, bookworms and blacksmiths.
What can I do for you?
Greetings, traveller. If you're looking to take on a profession, I'm willing to train you. I've spent my life learning the fundamentals of all crafts. You will never see me hoist a weapon save to assess its quality. So there we are. We've done that one. There's another one. Yeah, it's Roderick's brother.
How
Gave it us,
can I
Edward,
be
I
of
think.
service?
My brother sent you, eh? As well as he should. The business up in Arket is unfortunate, but it serves to remind us of the importance of skilled crafters. It will take a great deal of labour to rebuild Arket and supply the people of Bree-land with everything they need to prosper. The Mistress of Apprentices on my left can help you choose professions in which to specialise. Choose your profession with care, because you will spend a great deal of time and skill and energy improving your skill. And yes, it's the usual blurb. But we did that ages ago in Erid Lewin. So I think that's... Oh. He's still there.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, right, I didn't press finish. I was wondering why his quest string was still on. Right, so we've done that. Let's crack on. And this must be... Is it Constable Wren? Yes, it is. Awesome. Mourning the dead.
What do you need?
I've heard that many of the Blackwold brigands, after looting Arket, fled into the Chetwood. It seems that the Blackwold leaders are angry. They feel their raid might have been more successful if their followers had been less focused on filling their pockets and more on acting together. The main encampment is east down the road, then deep into the northern woods. I suspect that many of the Blackwolds can be found within that camp. Mayhaps if you search in that area, you might find Gale's lost fishing pole.
What can I do
Reconnecting
for you?
ties. Looking for Covell Woodwright, are you? I've heard something about the boy, but I can't say the mother is going to like it. He's joined up with the Blackwolds. He hadn't been in Combe for long when they took him either. Excuse me again, I've still trying to get rid of this cold. He tried finding work around town, but he didn't have the stamina for hard labour. If you could talk to him, you might convince him to give up his new line of work, but I doubt it. I wager you'll find him east of Combe in the Chetwood. Just follow the path from the lumber camp north and east. You're sure to come across a Blackwell camp or two up there. Right, we'll do that. And up here, past her, we've got to look for this treasure hidden under a tree. It's up here somewhere. Well, it's in these grove of trees. We're going to struggle. We'll search a few stumps. Nothing there. Use the old delete key, U key. Nothing there. And nothing there. Unlucky, Ted. Unlucky, son. Looks like they cut down the hanging tree. Bummer. We'll give him the bad news later. Let's head into the Chetwood. There's a little bridge down there. So a nice little starting area this if you're a man or a Bjorning. You don't do this if you're a hobbit. You just do the first bit, the attack on Arket, and then you just whisked off to Little Delvin, where Mundo was. So it's just men and Bjornings here, if this is where you start. There's Taylor Green. We've got to speak to him. And we've got this little guy. Let's have a chat to
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Posco Burrows. My Uncle Filbert and I were having tea and discussing the state of things in Bree-land, about how the folk in Arcet showed the Blackwall brigands a thing or two, when Uncle Filbert stood up and said someone ought to do something about these villains. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. And then he left, without even finishing his tea. Up the road in the woods east of this camp, past the brigands' watchfires, there's some ruins where the Blackwolves are holed up. Uncle Filbert has probably gone there to have a word with him, though I don't think he'll make the full journey, as he's not as young as he once was. If he has, he's likely got himself into trouble. I dare go no further to search for him, but would you go and look for him and make sure he's alright? Of course we will. Right, Taylor Green. Message to Taylor Green. Arcet's woes did not escape us here in Combe, and it's good what Error is doing, no doubt in that. But the evil of the Blackwall has spread, and now rests in the same wood where we need to collect the wood for Arcet. I will see what we do. I will see that we do what we can, but as you can see, we've troubles of our own.
Might I take a moment
Combe has
of your
always
time?
relied on this lumber camp for her livelihood, and now the people of Arcet will be relying on us to supply the wood to rebuild their town. I expect there's no shortage of work, that much is certain. We'll need to start taking down some of the trees to the northeast along the cliffs, but there's a wolf den up that way that endangers our workers. Could you deal with those wolves for me? It's not safe to chop down trees near there, and I'm afraid we might lose some of our best loggers. Follow the cliff wall, you'll see the wolves, or they'll see you. Okay, Taylor. And there's a chap up here. Old Bowman. Obviously the old farmer of Bowman's farm, I'd imagine. Yep.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Have you heard that Arcet gave them Blackwood villains what for? Kicked 'em right out, they did, and good on 'em. If little old Arcet can manage it, I say Combe can go one better and sweep them Blackwolves out of the Chetwood for good. Now I lost my Sally's chain when them brigands took over my farm. She's been gone many a year, but that chain always did bring me comfort. One of them Blackwolves probably picked it up, and I want it back. Farm's far to the east. Follow the road past all them brigand fires. Eh, what's that? No, it's a chain, not a necklace. What a queer question. Why does everybody call their domestic animals, or farm animals, Sally? That not Longo Burrow, who was it? Milo Brockhouse or whatever he was called. And his old pig called Sally. Strange. This is probably another pig called Sally. Just everybody calls the pig Sally. Oddballs. Oh, here's Filbert.
Is there something
Finally,
I can do
somebody
for you?
respectable. I was beginning to think no one out here in the woods had any manners. I simply couldn't stand by any longer while the Blackwolves have their way in Chetwood. I marched right in and told them just what I think of their sort. They laughed me right out of their camp. Go back to Hobbiton, little boy, they said to me. I've never been spoke to like this, never. I wanted to leave. Something in that big ruin is just a bit off, I say. One ruffian, Cole's Sickle-leaf, he used to be a nice boy, took me handkerchief. Could you bring it back to me? He ran off to the ruins all the way to the east, between the frightening ruins to the north and that Skunkwood's farm. We'll sort him out, we'll get your handkerchief back, Filbert. Might be a bit of blood on it though. Don't mind, do you? Right, okay. Picked up plenty of quests, and now it's time to deliver. And how do we do that? The cold hard steel. That's how we do that. There is a wolf. We've got to start killing them for a kick off. That's one. This must have been a wolf den. There isn't a wolf slayer deed in Bree. So we'll just kill the 8. No need to do extra. The 2. Oh, corpse. Okay, kill this one, and then we'll loot the corpse. We might have a quest with it. No, it's just loot. Okay, let's get back on our horse. Killed the wolves. Now it's time to look for brigands. Spider, but it's greyed out, so we can ignore it. Okay, I think I mentioned last episode, don't worry about the spider. Slay a deed. Sorry, slight edit there. Had a sneezing fit. I was sick to death of this bloody cold. Can't seem to shake it off. Right, there we go. I'll show you all. I don't normally. I mean, anybody who has actually watched all the episodes of this Lotro playthrough, I would like to assure you that I don't sound as bunged up as this all the time. I'm just having some shocking weather in the UK at the moment, just for a change, and yeah, there's a lot of colds and stuff going about, I'm afraid, and I'm stuck with one. Well, one-shotted him. Oh, and those family heirlooms, and we've got the fishing pole. And the letter, and the lockbox. Awesome. Who's this dude? Ooh, a sergeant. Must have missed these. Do the sergeant first. Done that. But we've still got Philibert's thing, haven't we? Old Sally's chain. We've got to search for the valuables and talk to Cobble Woodwright. Kill these two. Got some more heirlooms. Ah, there's Cobble Woodwright. Yeah, he's one of them.
This is intolerable.
What's that? Me mother sent you to find me. I don't care. I've never been good at anything in my life, but now I've found something I can do, and do right good. You're gonna have to regret coming into Blackwall territory. Oh, is that right? You're gonna get some, chum. May have won this round. Kicked your ass. That's what happened. I think Bowman Farm's up here. So collect some rowan branches. And then bob up there. Yeah, we'll do what we can of these. I'm aware that obviously the last few episodes have been quite long. So if I can, if it makes sense, I will cut this one a little shorter. Perhaps for the best, seeing as I'm sneezing and coughing all over the shop. This is the old farm, I think. Perhaps just got to kill a few of these. Get the chain back. Well, I found a receipt, but I haven't found a chain. So, oh yes, I have. That was easy. So what are we left with? We are left with just the uncle, and we need one more family heirloom. We'll probably get that just from killing some more black wolves. It's Blackwold camp, but that coal sickle leaf isn't in that camp. He's up here. We will end up going into that camp though. More rowan branches. I think it's up here somewhere. Yes. It's these ruins. Coal's in. Want a piece of me? We've got all those heirlooms now. Awesome. So that's done. See if we can find coal sickle leaf. There's a black right there. We'll have that. Nothing like getting some crap for now. Ah, we got some coins as well. Not too bad. Yes, I think he's on top of this platform, if I recall correctly. Yes, there he is, right in front of us. We'll ask questions later, when he's dead. Cool. Right, let's turn some of these in. What I'm going to do is sort of going to go slightly different way back, because I want to show you some things. So the road sort of loops around in Chetwood, so we'll follow it around, and it's going to show us some places where we'll end up going later on. Past the scout there, and yes, I'd forgotten about this, but it's a good job I went this way. That'll be a quest, that agent's letter there, so we'll kill these two. And then pick that letter up. Oh, we'd already got one. It must have dropped as yeah, so if you don't get a letter drop by killing black wolves, you can always come here and pick it up from there. Well, I want to show you up here. This is Skunkwood's farm. We'll be coming back here. But that's how you find Skunkwood's farm. And we can make our way back to Combe by going along here. This here, in front of us, this is the Midgewater Marshes. Which aren't much to look at, really. When you read the book, you know, they spend days in the Midgewater Marshes. It's very small, actually, in the game. Obviously, you expect that because everything's compressed in the game. But, yeah, doesn't look very good. Another thing we'll get, we'll start on our Nika-Breaker. They do have Nika-Breakers, like in the book. And you do get a D for killing them. It is tricky. It can be done. There are plenty of Nika-Breakers, but you have to kill a lot of them. My suggestion is when we do get sent into the marshes, and we will, just kill every single Nika-Breaker that you come across. Here's Woodsedge Ruins. I think, I'll just check. I think this is a deed. Yes, Woodsedge Ruins. It's one of the ruins of Bree-land. Yeah, and there's also a history of the Dunedain here, which is why I've brought you this way around. show you where it is. The history of the Dunedain one is just on this little platform here. So we'll pick it up while we're here. The ancient obelisk. So there we go. That's the deed for the Dunedain deed. On this one, you don't particularly get sent this way. It's a bit out of your way, which is why I've shown it you. So like in the Shire and Erid Luin, most of these you were just sent towards as part of quests and stuff. There's the odd one like Stock Tower that you weren't, but yes, it's a bit more tricky in Bree-land to get some of these deeds, so I'll just show you where everything is. So that's another 2 things that'll get you closer to the deeds. We've gone past Fosco. Philibert, sorry. There he is. Turning his handkerchief.
What do you need?
You at least have some decency. I thank you very much for returning me handkerchief and bid you a good day, as civilised folk are wont to do. I'm going to stay here and keep an eye on these impolite troublemakers. Maybe it's the Tuckish blood I get from my mother's side of the family, but it'll take more than insults to send me back to town unsatisfied. Perhaps my presence here will remind these ruffians what it means to live in Bree-land. If you can tell my nephew Posco that I'm fine, I'd appreciate it. Good day. Silly old. The place is full of spiders. Hey. That's it. He's an hobbit, isn't he? As soon as he gets hungry, he'll go home. And that won't be long. Right. Let's turn. Here's Posco.
How do you do?
It's good to hear that Uncle Philbert is alright. He always says that I'll develop good hobbit sense when I get older, but if he's any example, I'm not sure I will. Thank you for looking in on him, Bimblin. Sell those. We're just going to sell him anyway. Taylor Green.
How can I be of service?
You took care of the wolves. That will make harvesting the trees by that den much safer. Rebuilding the burned buildings in Arkit will require more wood than we have, and that's only one village. I don't think the Blackwolds have the numbers to try anything funny around Combe, but they're still Staddle. Too many raids, and we'll need to cut down the whole Chetwood to make the repairs. Take those. Get to old Bowman. Give him his chain.
Woe to me.
You found my Sally's chain and showed those Blackwall villains a thing or two. I don't doubt it. A lifetime of thanks, Bimblin. Ah, Sally was a good hound. Oh, so this was actually a dog. We could go hunting in the fall and she could sniff out a coney for what seemed near a mile. It's good to have her chain back. It's all I've got left of her now. Take these coins for your trouble, Bimblin, with my thanks. Oh, Bowen. Go back to your farm now, mate. I killed them all. Right. Okay, so we're heading back to Combe now. Pretty much. There are a few Combe quests that we'll have to finish off. But we should be able to finish off Combe next episode and head on to Staddle, which is where the Bree-land hobbits live. Most of them, anyway. That's a Constable Wren.
What do you need?
You fought with Covell Woodright, but he escaped. Well, his sort will not be able to flee forever. I feel the time of the Blackwall brigands is coming to an end. Seems I was right, and he will never give up his lawlessness. His mother will not be pleased to hear it. Yeah, we'll go and tell her. They've got bad news for everybody, haven't we? Ted. Maida. Oh, Gail's got good news. Gail's got good news because we found the fishing rod. Found her dad's fishing rod. Here's Ted.
I'm sorry, did you
What?
need something?
You chopped down the hanging tree and you dug out all the trees with an axe? This is terrible. How will I ever find my dad's buried treasure now?
Might I
Maybe
take
the
a
woodcutters at
moment
the
of your
lumber camp
time?
east of here remember which tree was the hanging tree. Bimblin, you've got to have a word with Mason Thorne, the man in charge there. He just has to remember which of the stumps used to be the hanging tree. He just has to. The lumber camp is along the road north of the big house. Please, I need that money to make a new start for myself. We're going back up that way anyway, so don't worry about going back on yourselves. Constable Sageford.
What do you
All
need?
valuables. What is this? Rorik? There's a Rorik Fennel living here in Combe. He's a locksmith. But why would he be aiding the Blackwolves, Bimblin? Rorik's house is southwest of here, just behind the Combe and Wattle. You'd best have a talk with Rorik. I will be very interested to know why he's been locking boxes for the Blackwolves. Very interested indeed.
Stay a moment.
Rorik is a locksmith here in Combe. You should show him that receipt and ask him why the brigands appear to be common patrons of his. It seems odd that Rorik would be involved. He's a quiet man who keeps to himself mostly. Still, we need to investigate every lead carefully. You should find him outside his home on the road that runs south past the Combe and Wattle Inn. Unpaid
What can I do
debts.
for you?
Ah, you have returned with the brigand's lockbox. Now let me see what's inside and we can sell the valuables to support the survivors of the Blackwolf raids throughout this area. Locked. I should have guessed as much. Well, until we can find the key, we won't have any luck with this. You've got a locksmith. There seems to be some initials carved in the lock. RF. Most unusual. Rorik Fennel. Duh. Oh, God. Take that one.
Can I speak with you a
I was
moment?
talking to one of the other constables shortly before you returned, and it seems that he learned some of the Blackwolves were keeping even more valuables in their main camp in the ruins of northern Chetwood. With any luck, you might find a strong box that's not locked. It's worth trying anyway. There are so many people who need money to rebuild, and who better to take it from than the ones that stole it in the first place? So we've got another quest there. Maida Woodwright, bad news about your good-for-nothing son.
It's a sorry day.
What? Koval has joined those villains? In truth? I refuse to believe it. He's a good boy, even if he has a temper. He's a Woodwright, through and through. I would never do such a thing. You shouldn't say such horrible things. And to an old woman. Oh, what am I saying? I knew the boy had landed himself in a spot of trouble. Thank you. Thank you, at least for finding him. It's a shame. Gale,
What can I do for you?
you've found it! Oh, thank you, thank you. I've been thinking that pole should be given to the waters of my dad's favourite fishing hole, the pond near the Hunter's Lodge in Arkit. I think he'd like that. Thank you again. Done that. Right, Rorik's just up here. So, what have you been up to?
I don't know anything, I'm sure.
Yes, my name's Rorik. Yes, I'm a locksmith. What's this about? One of my strong boxes, recovered from a brigand, and a letter. I see. I had hoped that I'd seen the last of the Blackwolves. You must understand, I did not willingly help them. My business is keeping things locked away, so I don't often ask questions of my customers. I filled an order for 20 strong boxes, and upon completion was visited by the Blackwolves. One, a tough fella, took me master key and threatened me life if I talked. One of the others with him called him Applewood. Please tell the constable that any aid was unwilling. I only stayed silent because I feared for my life. I don't know. Some backbone man. So, go back. We'll just sort of set up for the next round of questing in Chetwood, and then we'll call it a day. So, Constable
Hello
Underhill.
there.
Hello, what's this? Ellie Cutleaf? Well, I should have guessed. She's smart and disreputable by all accounts, and she's just the sort who might lead us to the Blackwolf agent. She won't lead you to this hand, dear fellow, I don't think, but it's a start. We must gain access to the leader somehow. He'll have some of the answers we seek.
Might I speak
Now
with you a
here's an
moment?
idea. Ellie is looking for new blood, so why not help her out? You could mask yourself as a ruffian and offer to join the Black Wolves. Gain her confidence, and we might find out where the Black Wolf leaders are hiding. Of course, it would be dangerous. Do you think you're up to the task? Ellie's house is in the northwest corner of the town by the pond. There are some large cages nearby. She breeds dogs, I think. Go and speak with her, and remember, you're a brigand. Okay. And just have a quick chat to Constable Sageford about Rorik.
What do you need?
While this doesn't help us get this box open and the valuables returned, it does speak well of Rorik. I feel badly that he felt that we could not protect him, but with what happened to Arky, I understand his agitation. Let me think a moment on the name he gave us. Scouts are coming and going all the time. One may have mentioned seeing this Applewood.
Stay a moment.
So we've done a few quests. Oh, virtue cap reached, which was empathy, I think. Get rid of those two. So I'm up on loyalty. I've got to think of one. That'd be a good one. We'll do justice. We'll do justice. We seem to be doing a lot of justicey things. Oh, there we go. Right. Yes, I remember. A scout returned a few hours ago and mentioned that there was an Applewood giving orders to the recruits. He then headed towards Blackwall's main encampment in the ruins to the northmost part of the Chetwood. If Applewood has the key, then we should set about getting it from him to aid those who have suffered so greatly at the Blackwall's hands. Be careful, Bimblin. Reports from near those ruins tell of a great sense of dread and dismay. You will need to be cautious if you are to attempt to find Applewood and obtain the key. Right. Now, I know that it will save us some time to meet with Ellie Cutleaf. Because we're going to end up back in the Chetwood through speaking to Ellie Cutleaf. So come this way, past the pond. To the less salubrious part of Combe. And here are all the cages. Dismount and confront Ellie.
Greetings.
Not another one. I thought I'd gotten all of those letters back. You'd be better served by just going home. You don't want to join up with the Black Wolves. I listened to Skunkwood, their leader, and helped them breed some wolves, I admit. I did it for the promise of riches, but I regret it. Jagger Jack is their head wolf master, and he had me breed a local wolf with one of them wargs. When they took me into their camp deep within the Chetwood, I got afeard right quick. There's something not right there. I've done something terrible, Bimblin, and I need help getting out. The den mother I helped them breed is being kept at Skunkwood's farm in the North Chetwood. She needs to be killed before her next litter is born, else her pups will do worse damage to the Chetwood and the folk here. Right, so at least she knows she's done wrong. Shut up, dog. Doing a playthrough. Control your animal. Right. So we're out of there. Ooh, look at this. Whoa. That was a bit odd, wasn't it? Right, we'll get back to the centre of Combe. It looks like it's about to start lagging. Right. So we will stop here. It is actually getting to about 10 o'clock in the morning, so there's probably a few more people coming onto the server. Okay, here we go. So, stop here in front of the Combe and Wattle. And, oh, look. Let's see what my Prezi is. 150 virtue, enhanced XP supply. Well, we don't need that at the moment. But, very nice. And, zoom in. So, done quite a few of the Combe quests there. We've got to go back into the Chetwood, but it's more a case of just mopping things up now. And once we've done that, I think we move on to Staddle. And while we're doing all that, the prologue quest for Men and Bjarnings will be carrying on with that. We're looking for this ranger called Amdir, who's been stabbed with a Morgul knife. So things aren't looking too good for him, I wouldn't have thought. But all that is for next episode. Until then, this is me, Cat Weasel, saying toodaloo.